Hey guys, Mama13 here with a review of the Rosewill 45-piece magnetic computer kit. So I know it's been a long time since I've done the unboxing, and this thing's been in a little bit of storage in that while, so I didn't use it that much. You can see there's a lot of dings, stuff like that. But overall the build quality is pretty good in this case. Like stuff is coming off of over here, but that's okay. I have it the wrong way. So let's open it up and go with every tool in depth. So the most used tool that I've found is this when I'm working on laptops and stuff, and probably the ratcheting screwdriver, because it's pretty much a lifesaver if you need to, like use a Phillips head screwdriver. Perfectly fine. The only con about the ratcheting screwdriver is that even when it's in neutral mode, right here, it still turns. So I mean, not that much, but like, it's noticeable. So you can still use it perfectly fine in neutral mode, but I think it's better in ratcheting mode. So, like, much more fixed. Next, let's go on to here. I'm just gonna review all this stuff and then this stuff. I don't know why, but so this is the small like combo of the flat head screwdriver and the small Phillips head screwdriver. These are both really small, so really good for if you're like disassembling a laptop or you have like small screws. But like I've noticed that these aren't even that small to like get really small screws. Like I know on one of my clients' laptops, it was like the screws were really small. This is a like Phillips head attachment for the ratchet screwdriver. It's like basically the biggest used attachment, I guess, for it. Here are the tweezers. These are really good if you've like dropped a screw inside a computer case, or if you've done like if you're working in small spaces and you need the agility and compactness of a tweezer. This I really have no idea what it does or what it's used for, but I know that one of my science teachers, I asked him about this, and he was like, it's for when you have like really small screws in like a tight place, you can just use this, grab it, and then it'll just hold it perfectly fine. So pretty handy dandy tool. I've used it once or twice. This, I really have no idea what this and this are. Like they make no sense whatsoever to me. I've never used them. Like this, it just I don't know why Rosewill put this in here. So yeah, and I'm not gonna do anything on this. I mean, yeah, I guess you could use it as like shear cutters, like wire cutters. I know people in the comments, if people comment, are probably going to be raging about how I don't know anything about this. But like, yeah, I guess it's a pretty good wire cutter. I haven't cut any wires lately because I don't do electrical stuff. So here are the pliers, and these are like my favorite pliers because all the other ones you have to do the motion yourself. But these, if you just close it like that, it closes. With other pliers, it's like this one is controlled, this one controls this one, and the left one controls the left one. So it's like you have to do it yourself, like over and over again. But for this, with this, like working in tight spaces, it would be really good because it has these two things. It really give it a good pivot point. Yeah. Working our way to the other side of the box. Let me just get this back in there. We have the static wristband thing. So basically what this does, you can see how this is metal, you touch it, it touches your skin whenever it's attached. That metal is basically connected to this wire, metal conducting wire, to this coiled wire, which is really long, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you attach this to anything that's metal, so that before you like work on anything, you won't get like a static shock and you won't like destroy any of your components like the CPU, the GPU, because that can be really bad. I know one YouTuber, I forgot his name, but that happened to him, and it was like $500 at least worth of damage because he was doing like a budget build. So yeah, I'll just get that back in there. Just not gonna put that back. Okay, so here we have the Allen keys. These are actually a pretty useful tool, and not only for computers. I mean, I don't know where they would be used in computers, but these are actually pretty useful. I have it in the wrong edition, but because okay, so as I was saying, my sister ordered a bed, and the bed didn't have like all the necessary tools to complete it, which is a bummer, but it was pretty cheap, like $100 or something like that. I don't know, $100 I think we used like this Allen wrench, but it was to tighten all the screws and the tight gaps so that we could like close the bed. Otherwise, how would you use the bed if you didn't have Allen wrenches? I don't know. That was a really good tool. The only con that I've noticed about these are the metal springs. Sorry. They detach from the Allen keys pretty easily, and I mean that's a con or a pro if you're like one of those people who don't need like all of these really small Allen keys. You can just take it off. Like it's a pretty good like holder. And if you don't need all of that stuff and you don't want to take it off, you can just like be like, okay, maybe I've broken this, but whatever. But you can just put it back on, and yeah, it's pretty helpful. Put that over there. Yeah, one con about these things before I talk about them. Yeah, just look at the tightness of that, and that's really bad because it can just like snap through and break. So I mean, it's good build quality, but the tools are a little bit too sharp for my taste. So basically this assortment has everything you basically need. These are star tools. I really don't know what company uses them. So I mean, if you guys know, you can tell me, and you can tell other people in the comments. So we have a small bit Phillips head, big bit Phillips head, flat head. This is basically a longer version of that one, and all the star bits. And so as I was saying, sorry, I had to cut and edit. But this tool is pretty helpful if you want to use one of these. I'm not going to take them out because they're really hard to take out. I don't know if they put adhesive or something there. Like, I've taken them out before and it worked perfectly fine. Like, I had to do a project on one of my dad's cars. Yeah. Then basically this small one, I'm not going to take it out. But it's basically another just assortment of tools, just like this one, just basically smaller and more compact version. This, it's just a bin. Like, they have extra screws and stuff, but I doubt that you'll use them. I have no idea what these are. These are washers. Basically you use it to store your screws. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please remember to rate,